absolutely beautiful night tonight. However, there's something Wayne really that it bothers so many of us, both men and women. So I'm going to tell you a story. Let's see if you can relate, and I'd love to invite you to respond to this video. So, a couple of years ago, to be honest, more than a couple of years ago, I was sitting on a bench outside of the university, near to the gate. I'd just left the doctor's office, and I had been sexually assaulted less than 24 hours prior. I was numb. I was scared. I was exhausted, and I was so angry. And in that time, I had called a friend and shared, who said to me, "Why didn't you just give it to him?" I had gone to the doctor, who said he wouldn't touch me. I had to go to the police. And then you walk into the police station, lots of men there, and aggression, hostility, laughing at women, joking about how they look. Just not the right place, not the right feel. So at the end of this, although I knew what I was supposed to do, I came out of the experience, forget all the anger and the fear and everything else that was going on. When I went to people who should help, I left feeling hopeless. They left me feeling devastated. They left me feeling worthless and dirty. And there's so many things that people tell you after you've been raped, after you've been assaulted. They tell you about what you're wearing, what you're drinking, how you should have acted. But there are other things that we need to hear, those of us who have been through it. And I'm speaking now both to males and females, males who have been assaulted or whose girlfriends have been assaulted, whose partners. Because I will tell you, there are some really supportive males, but they don't know how to support. And that's not their fault, because we live in a society where there's such a strong rape culture. I mean, it's almost the norm. And what happens in this culture is that the victim is blamed. It's always the victim's fault. And it's interesting now that we're seeing more and more of our males coming forward and saying they have been assaulted, they have been abused, not only by males who we assume are always the abusers, but also by females. As people try to maneuver, I watch them, let me say, with interest, because I'm still hearing them say, whether you're a male or a female, I'm still hearing them say, it's your fault. If it's a little boy who was abused by a female, it's the female's fault. So often it's our fault. I'm not here to blame anybody. That's not what this is about. That's not what you want to hear. So that's just not what you want to hear after you've been violated. You don't want to be reminded, you don't want to be told that you have no self-worth, because you're already feeling that way. You're already feeling really down and worthless. So what is it then that should be said? I'd love if, as we support people who are going through this, as you yourself have been through it, I want you to know that it is not your fault. In no way is it your fault. You didn't make a choice or a decision that led to somebody violating you. It's not. It's not your thought, not your fault. And I want you to eradicate that thought right now. Just wipe that thought out. It is not your fault that this happened to you. And yes, I know the society makes you feel like it's your fault, especially if there was incest in the family. They make it feel like it's your fault. They tell you to keep quiet. Little children, they're brave. It is not your fault. We have not been taught how to deal with this. We are not, even in this day of Me Too, we're still not talking about it. What we're doing is blaming all the men, all the big men. That does not help because it's not helping you at your core. The other thing is that there's nothing you could have done. So don't sit down and think of all the what if I had done this, why didn't I do that? Don't do it. Don't say, what if I had stayed home? What if I had left earlier? What if I didn't go to school? Do not do that. It is already done. And all you're doing is distressing yourself. There's absolutely nothing you could have done because rape is something that's done to you. It's not something that you do. It is done to you. It is a wicked and violent act. If you've been fortunate not to have experienced it, be so grateful. It's one of the most horrifying things. You also need to know that you did not deserve what happened to you. Nobody, absolutely nobody, deserved to be raped, deserved to be touched inappropriately without their consent. And this happens in buses, it happens in taxis, it happens to little girls, it happens to big adult married women on their way to work. Nobody deserves that. Also, nobody deserves to be ignored when you're trying to share what happens. Nobody deserves to be devalued or mistreated or have the ability to control your own body forcefully taken from you. And all of these things happen when you're raped, and no one deserves it. Doesn't matter what you're wearing, if you're a friend, it just doesn't matter. I want you to know, though, one, there is no right way to heal. You may be going through several emotions, the rage, the anger, the self-doubt, the self-blame, saying, if I wasn't so pretty, wanting to commit suicide, all of that is a reality. It is part of the healing process. I want to encourage you to get help because I can tell you from my personal life that this is something that will haunt you. It will haunt you. So, as hard as it is, try and get somebody professional to talk to. But even as you seek a professional, find somebody who you can trust, somebody who you feel safe with, because healing is not linear. It's not a straight line. It really is a circle. It's a cluster that cycles. And it might cycle and then stop, and then it begins again. One day you might feel like you're back to normal. Another day you might feel completely debilitated and downtrodden. You might have an aversion to sex. Or you might go the other extreme and you might be more sexually active than even you'd like because you have this fear running you. So rather than be raped again, I'm just going to say yes, I'm just going to do it. The fact is, what is healthy is for you to find someone you can confide in, someone you can talk to. You might need to spend time alone. There is no right way to heal from a trauma that has been inflicted upon you. What is important is that you're healed. I know that even as I'm doing this video, I'm making people uncomfortable. That's part of our challenge. We've hidden our pain, we've hidden what's gone on in our life from people for so long because we don't want them to feel uncomfortable. But then we're in a group where people are exchanging sexual jokes, sexual innuendos that make us feel uncomfortable. So as of today, I don't worry about it. I talk about it and I ask people, okay, I'm not comfortable with that. I say it. And if they laugh at me, I choose to move away. I don't worry about someone looking at me the same way or feeling sorry for me. Nobody needs to feel sorry for me. You don't have to worry about people feeling sad or disliking you or avoiding you. Because one of the beautiful things about it is you discover who true friends are. You don't have to worry about disappointing your family. They should be there to support you. And yes, I know they don't understand. So sometimes they don't. And sometimes they make you feel even more guilty. Find somebody else. I know there's so many barriers that keep us, men, women, from reporting sexual assault. But we need to stand in our own space right now. I know that we're not treated well several places, even sometimes the very agencies that are set up to help us. One of the things you do need to know is that if you choose to get a rape kit, it's going to be scary, it's going to be uncomfortable. It may be that even when you report it, it takes forever because of a backlog. It may be, and quite often the rapist will tell you this, nobody is going to believe you. I know that I was so afraid because of who it was, big man, big manager, corporate person, who would believe me? But it haunted me. For so many years, I had no voice. I felt I had no power. Now I've chosen to take back that power because I know how much damage has been done to me, and to be aware that it's okay if a look triggers you, or a smell, or a sight, a sound. Don't worry about it. It is normal. Don't feel like you're going crazy. Don't feel like that. Things will get better. You will have good days again. You can laugh and you can feel free again. You need to make the choice. You need to make the choice. And the thing is, when you do feel happy, when you do find that love of your life, when one day you wake up and you're able to smile, just really smile from the depths of your heart, then don't feel guilty. It is good. You'll have difficult days, but life can get better. It really, truly can. I'm so sorry that you were abused, that you were raped, that you were molested. I'm so sorry that you were touched inappropriately. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that we live in a society where our music, our TV shows encourage a rape culture, where it's considered the norm. I'm sorry if somebody didn't believe you. I'm sorry you went through and did the rape kit and then it's backlogged. I want you to know that you are not alone. You are not. There is help. You're never alone. And I believe you. I've been there. I know what it feels like. It is awful, but we need to start talking about it. three out of four women, 3 out of 4 women have been sexually abused in some way. I do not know the statistics for men, but as more men are coming forward, it's getting pretty high. We're seeing it. It is a difficult journey. If you need help, if you ever need someone to talk to, please, please, please reach out to me. We're going through a really trying period right now. And because we're so cooped up, I feel it. I feel it in my core that we're getting triggered, that we thought we'd gotten over it, but then being locked in this house, in this space with so many other people, and we don't necessarily want to be there, or just with the fear that comes, that reminds us, takes us back to our period of fear. That's normal. And it is okay. It is absolutely okay. If you do need someone to talk to, I'm Dr. Sandra Hamilton, and I help professional women to procreate positive relationships, rape, sexual assault, physical abuse. It challenges our ability to build healthy relationships. I'm here to help you to overcome that. I'm Dr. Sandra Hamilton. Please, 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 if you ever need help, or if you have a friend who needs help, if you see somebody crying and looking depressed, ask what is happening. And please reach out to me, Dr. Sandra Hamilton, 849-7067. And that should be 876-849-7067. I am a confidence builder, rapid transformational therapist. I am here to keep you safe as we go through this together. It is not easy, but life does get better. Wishing you all the best, holding you in my heart as we go through this time of deep trauma, but knowing as fact that you can come out on top. Have a great evening. Be safe. Take care of your mental and your emotional health. Always look for the beauty in life. As hard as it may be, there is always beauty above us, beauty below us, and beauty all around. I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful life. Bye-bye.